Alesandra Vanessa here. Welcome. If you are new here, my pronouns are she and her, and today I'm going to be doing the collective forecast for October 2019. And if you found this video, awesome. I am the oracle reader and co-founder of Total Wellness Mind Body Spirit, where it is a safe place to grow, offer oracle readings, personal affirmation sets, spiritual tool products such as these, and lifestyle products, so much more. Check it out at totalwellnessmbs.com, and every month I put out a set of collective affirmations, and I also do a collective forecast. This week on for this month on my Instagram, people voted that they wanted it in a video format versus a written format, which I've done previously. I'll link some down below. And yeah, so let me know if you enjoy these videos, yeah, if there's a majority of you that prefer the videos versus the written, totally understand. Let me know so I kind of know which to do, what to do. The videos on YouTube are also always featured on the blog over on totalwellnessmbs.com. Try to keep a fluid streamline over on that blog. On the blog there's also lifestyle posts, there are recipes, there are, oh my gosh, what else is there? General blog posts and reviews, and kind of whatever we feel like putting on there, whether relevant, whether interesting, or whatnot. So I also want to go over my necklace is a spiritual jar from totalwellnessmbs.com. This shirt is from Homegrown Apothecary and Dispensary from Portland, Oregon. It is a woman minority owned dispensary apothecary, and they supply clean, sustainably sourced goods and things of that nature. So yeah, and without further ado, alright, so over here I have my lovely decks. I have the Akashic Tarot, the Psychic Tarot, and the Clairvoyant reading cards. Alright, we're going to go ahead and start with the Clairvoyant reading cards. Because this is a video versus a written, I am going to pull more cards and see what comes of this more. Too many cards. Choice wanted to pop out though. What is the theme of October? What is October's forecast? Again, a lot of cards. Give me one card. I'm looking for one. Okay. Okay. Very fitting. All right, so the first card to come out was Emotional Release. And the card at the bottom of the deck was Choice, which, like I said, was the card that wanted to pop out in the beginning of all of this when I first began to shuffle. And the bottom of the deck symbolizes the overlaying theme. So we have a choice of how we want to emotionally release, how do we want to handle what's been placed in front of us. The theme of the collective forecast of September 2019 was about taking inventory of those around you, that there are people wishing you ill, people that don't want to see you succeed. There are individuals maybe you recently let go of your life. There may be someone that you need to let go of in your life, maybe a toxic relationship, a toxic friendship, whatnot. And so that needed to be released, and that inventory needed to be taken down. It was the message of September. The message of October, so carrying on with that, did we make that choice? Do we want to stick with that choice? There may be an entirely different choice in front of us. The choice card, if you see here, there's a path, and the path takes you towards a more light path. Light path means no more right or wrong. It's just the illusion of we are well lit along the way. And then if you look over to the right, that choice takes you down a path where it appears that it would be a dark path, quote unquote, shadows. However, shadow work is essential. You must marry your shadow self and your highest light self in order to become your highest being, in order to evolve into the next version and highest versions of yourself. You must know how to marry the two, because if not, your shadow will always try to overtake the light. That being said, you are always the light in the dark situations. If anything that's going on, anything that may seem like it's overwhelming, you are the light in the dark situation. You're always the light in the dark situation. Also, I would also like to note that this path, in the beginning, it quote unquote seems dark, but we're uncertain if a little bit further down out of eyesight after that first initial choice, if it's light or dark. Who knows? There may be lamps along the way. It may be well lit, and also, like I said, we are the light within our own path, so it wouldn't really matter either way. We're still going to be able to see where we go. We're still going to get to the other end. This is also a choice of possibly repeating a cycle. Do we have to, when we're faced with a choice, sometimes it's the difference of, did we learn the lesson, or do we need to relearn all the lessons over again and implement it properly? So that's an overlying theme that's going to be going on, and along with that comes a lot of emotional situations. Are we faced with someone we thought was our day one actually hating since day two, and we had to let them go? Is it something along the lines of doing shadow work and addressing a part of ourselves that we may not have been comfortable with, and we have to embrace that in that work? Is there a lot of generational curses and traumas that we have acknowledged is a part of our path in order to break down and proceed forward in the best and highest way? Have there been past traumas within our own life that we are able and ready to address within ourselves to not feel that anymore? So I feel like that's a theme, an overlying theme that's going on. October does end with Halloween, which, as we know, is when the veil is quite thin between the spirit realm and the physical realm. And when that happens, sometimes we feel a lot of energy. We can feel energy of people, of ancestors that have passed. We can feel energy of loved ones that are still here. However, it's just, energy is just thick. Energy is thin. Energy is very prominent during October time. So there'll be that bit of emotional release. Remember to love yourself. Remember affirmations. I will absolutely link the blog to the October collective affirmations. It's always interesting. I always intuitively write the collective affirmations before I do the poolings, and fittingly enough, there are affirmations about loving oneself, forgiving oneself, and attracting benevolence when making the right decisions and things of that nature. So that's really cool to take note of. So yeah, a lot of release will be going on. There are several planets that went direct, both Saturn and Pluto. I'm not major in astrology. It does interest me, but I do know both planets were influential, and they were in retrograde for a long time. Like I said, I'm not super into it, but I know that a lot of astrologers have been talking about it, and energy-wise, which I can tell you about, it's been a lot. It's been a lot of shedding. It has been a lot of upheaval and digging and laying of foundations, and that can be taxing. And however, on the flip side, once we release whatever it is that we need to release, there is always a certain level of bliss. It's that first step. It's that feeling that we're on a cliff of, are we going to dive? Are we going to let it all go? Or are we going to stay there in worry and fear and uncertainty? And so that may be a level of the choice that's needed to be made as well. So there's that. Moving on forward, we're going to pull from the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck. All right. What else do we have to say about this emotional release and these choices to be made? What else do you have for us? So triumph in the bottom of the deck was wisdom. Triumph. Wisdom. I like the color themes that are going on. I don't know if you can tell, both of these cards have a yellow, a centric yellow theme going on, and they also have some orange going on. This purple represents a level of enlightenment. This card has a lot of the same colors represented in the rainbows, which can have to do with chakra systems. Releasing can be very powerful for your chakra systems as well. Know that whatever choice you make is the right one for you. So no need to necessarily stress. Trust your intuition. You're very wise. I trust that whatever the choice is, you know the decision that is needed to be made. It's a matter of, do we want to take the leap? Are we ready to take the step of taking that leap, or are we too fearful to do that? Is there something that wants to hold us back? Do we feel like taking an easier route and versus taking a route that we feel may be more difficult, but we are not sure, necessarily which one is which? Trust that whatever decision you make, you'll be triumphant and you'll gain wisdom. Either way, lessons will be learned. Lessons will be had. It is a matter of recognizing, like I said, do you want to repeat the same pattern again? Some people haven't learned a lesson, and therefore they must repeat a cycle. There are other people, when something is brought to their attention, they're at that point where they recognize that it's a cycle and that they no longer want to be in it and make a different decision than the previous times. There are people where they spend their entire lives within the same cycle and don't proceed forward. Trust that if you have clicked on this message, if you're watching this video, if you're receiving this message, trust that you are triumphant. Trust that you have the wisdom to make the right decision. You are wise enough that whatever you are working with in this emotional release is working for your highest good. Again, not to plug, but the collective affirmations was talking about that everything will work out in my highest good. That's literally one of the affirmations. So you'll be triumphant, riding through the ends of battle and waving the flag of reward. You did it. You did it. It doesn't matter how many times someone may tell you something. It doesn't matter how many times a situation may happen and others may be like, get the hell out of this cycle. You must be the one to decide. You must first be the one to learn the lesson and implement this wisdom in order to be triumphant and actually get over the cycle. So, you're triumphant. That yellow, that's a aha moment. That's a moment of enlightenment. Also, that's a level of light. Whichever path you take will be a path of light. That's noted. That's noted there. Wisdom will be gained. Whatever lesson needed to be learned was already learned, and you're gonna pull through. Just pull through. Being told to advise that if you're interested in having a physical release that coincides with your emotional release, it is possible to set the intention while you take a shower to imagine that the soap, as you wash it over your body, that it cleanses away energy that doesn't need to be there, energy that's not yours, things of that nature. You can do that in the shower, and then imagine when the water rushes it over, that it washes the soap away, washes the dirt away, and it washes that energy away. So that is something that's definitely possible, that may help you progress forward. And I also do want to note this triumph, the running from battle, all right? This is definitely someone, you know, you can see the dust around here that's collected. That is someone who's actively running through something. So if you're in the middle of something, keep going, okay? It's all part of it. You know, in order to be triumphant, you have to be, you know, you have to get over something. You have to triumphant over something. You can't just become triumphant by not being through some sort of battle, some sort of obstacle, some sort of lesson, you know? So in order to have that badge of victory and that badge of I made it through this, you've been put in a situation to get through it, to be able to be that triumphant person. Let's see. There's a pull from the other deck because I brought it out and I said that I would. So let's see if anything comes out, and if anything doesn't come out, then it's not meant to be. This deck does read in reverse. What advice or message do you have to go and coincide with this message? Alright, there's birth and fated meeting. Birth being the main message, fated meeting being the theme. And I also do want to note that under each of these theme cards, it does have loving elements under that fated meeting, under the that was the card that was pulled, but that was the bottom of the deck. Loving elements was under that. Under the psychic tarot, under the bottom of the deck of wisdom, was partnerships and alliances. And under choices was love. So I get a partial message of remember to take inventory of the people in your life. Some people that are fated meetings, people that were meant to be in your life were only meant to be for a certain period, and they were meant to serve a lesson, whether it was a learning experience, whether it was a beautiful memory, whether it was a catalyst point, whether it was just a good time, someone to just have laughs and memories with in this lifetime, to, you know, spend some time with. So remember that there are some people that just come into our lives to have that experience, and it's okay to let them go with love, light, and integrity. On the other side, there's also a birth. This birth I'm seeing is a rebirth of ourselves. A rebirth of ourselves. Meeting of ourselves. I also see that message here. That choice of enlightenment, that light point that we reach, that's the point of meeting our highest selves, of meeting the selves that we're supposed to be. That emotional release and that triumph. It's the butterfly coming out of a chrysalis. It's ready to flap its wings. It's a rebirth. It's a phoenix that shed. It burst into flames, and out of the flames it reached its rebirth. You know, that light was triumphant. It's wisdom. It's knowledge. For some of us, by doing our shadow work, we're able to release blockages that will allow us to meet our people. If we're in relationships, there's some people that you may have a stronger bond with your partner and you go through something even stronger, and you realize, or maybe it's confirmation rather, the person that you're with is your person, is your match. There are also people that may be meeting their individual, maybe meeting the one. That may be something that's happening after something else. There may be a choice of what to do. Divine timing. This happens after this. Step 1, step 2, step 3. That's how this goes. Okay. Step 1, you got to make the choice to have your emotional release. You have to make your choice as to what to do. Whatever that choice is, know that you will be triumphant over that choice, because it will lead to your rebirth. It will lead to divine paths. It will lead to your divine one, your divine match, your divine soul mission. Is a rebirth of yourself, rebirth of a passion, rebirth of something new. Things will fall into alignment, but you must first release the blockages and understand how important and how triumphant you are. That is the message that I am receiving for the month of October 2019 for the collective. If this resonates, please let me know. I love getting testimonials. I love getting reviews. I love hearing of the connections of how things are working out, and you know, what's going on with everyone. If you'd like to book a one-on-one personal oracle reading, you can head over to totalwellnessmbs.com, and I'd be more than happy to assist. And yeah, I'll be seeing you all very soon with another video. Peace and many beautiful blessings to everyone and all. Adios.